Okay, this is Mark, Spirit Child 1723. We are doing June readings. I'm up to Scorpio. For those of you new, welcome. Uh, just changed the format. I'm trying to put the focus on the cards out in front of me. I only use one camera, just using my phone, really, an old phone at the moment. But anyways, appreciate that you're here. Let's just get busy. These cards have been pre-shuffled. So Spirit, let's do Scorpio in the month of June. For those of 25 or 50 of you that watch, um, you know, sometimes on a regular, let me know if you like it better this way or you like where you're just seeing me. The first card out's the wheel for Scorpio. Okay. We got a jumper. We got some more jumping out. So wow, your energy coming in real fast. I'll need one more, please. One more for Scorpio month of June, please and thank you. Big clump of cards, way too many. One more card. And it's hard to believe it's June already. I mean, for me, it feels like should be March going into April. All right, and here you go. Okay, so we got a lot going on, Scorpio. Got some strong energy out. Okay, first card out's the wheel. Fresh new start or end of delays, sudden or unexpected progress, a very positive change in your life, travel, or new vehicles. So, this is the wheel, showing all kinds of opportunities, choices and all good stuff. You know what I mean? It's only as limited as your mindset. This is saying there's a lot, you know, right here for you to make many or several great choices. Then we have the Nine of Cups also. So in romance, wishes coming true, your dreams become reality, a magical time of life, good fortune, faith in the universe that all be well. So, it's in the Cup of Suits, suit of cups. It's early. This is Sunday, June 1st. It's very early. Anyways, but I need to get these readings going, and I feel somewhat obligation to do them. There's different things that come in that cup. It's not just love. There's many things that make you feel whole emotionally. That can be family, friends. Sometimes work. Sometimes your health being good. It's all there. And then we're followed by the Queen of Cups. So there's some real good energy in the front side of this reading here in the first row. Loving, compassionate, psychic, self-sacrificing, uh, deep psychic insights, caring for others but forgetting to take care of yourself, trust your intuition, and deep love of family and friends, follow your heart. So this is, female intuitive energy, in tune with the cycles of the earth, the water, the sun, the moon, especially. This is a given energy here, could be over given. There's a little angel tarot box there, to hold their cards, I guess. But she's a visionary, This is a visionary, um, and she can see what's coming. Um, and some people think it's more natural for women, but not, it doesn't have to be, not necessarily so all the time. Um, as far as the cycles and stuff, yeah. As far as being a seer, intuitive, I could think it goes both ways. All right. Then we have too much work here. 10 of Wands. This lady's exhausted. She's dropped her wands. She's sweating. She's running out of energy. And this ain't good. This ain't good for anyone. Then we have the ego card coming out. This is a sign of Capricorn. Illusion of being trapped. Accept responsibilities for your situation and then make choices that support your path to happiness, addictions, or unhealthy habits. So again, the way the ego works is just comparison, you know, uh, telling you you're never going to have this, or you can't achieve what your friend achieved, or look at their life, they're having kids, I wanted to have kids by now, etc. It's all illusion, you know what I mean? It's just, she has this light little red piece of material over her eyes. She's already, she's not in the chain, so she can take that blindfold off, it's just an illusion. All right, Scorpio. Camera's running down on energy. It might cut off. We have gambling. Wow. And this is spirit deck. Are you okay? Somebody checking in. The female energy checking in on the male energy. Reframe your memories. Spirit, one more card. Looks like that one. Angels and guides. Nice. All right, so the first card out is gambling. How good a poker player are you? All right, so for some of you, might just be having fun, Those of you who have plenty of extra money, I guess you can go out and gamble while you're on vacation or otherwise, This could be with your emotions, though, also. So, could be applied to a lot of different things. Jumping out for that promotion at work. And then we have, are you okay? It's important that you ask for help if you need it. So it's showing a male energy down, being a little depressed, a little melancholy, and the females checking in on this energy. Reframe your memories came out. It's never too late to have a happy childhood. That's nice. That's 9. That's end of cycles. So there's a lot into this artwork. It's kind of amazing. And like I was saying, otherwise, for those of you that done some spiritual work and stuff, this is very much how spirit would communicate to you in your dreams, or if you are a seer, like how your visions might look from spirit. The stuff on TV, it doesn't do mediumship or the psychic arts any help. Angels and guides, calling your angels and guides, they can see that you need help. So, this is saying, if calling your support team, you know what I mean? Ask for help, manifest, with your spiritual support team, call them in, you have free will. So they need you to make the decision that you want them out there. All right. I apologize if I'm rushing along. I'm really trying to get this in before the camera crashes, which it's gonna. That's part of using an old phone camera. It was about 45-50%. I'm on the third video and it's almost done. It's probably at 10%. So anyways, if we have to do a part 2, we do a part 2 and we'll finish the reading. All right. We're going to lay out a row for you guys. Scorpio in the month of June, spirit, playing games, excuses, fixing them, and rejection. So this is all over the place, guys. Scorpio, what are you doing? All right, so we have playing games, and back to the gambling. You don't need to play games to keep the right one interested in you. So, in a fun way, they're saying be your authentic self. On another side of the coin, there could be some people that are really gambling with their money, and or love, many possibilities. Like I said, this right here, that is the world's your oyster type energy. And then you had some 9 of, the wishes coming true in this 9 of cup card. So focus only on what you want, Okay, in relationships, though, we have excuses. You have so many reasons that'll never work out. Find reasons that it can work. So getting out of that negative. Again, this is the male energy, being depressed, being frustrated, not having the right self-talk, so they manifest things to sabotage what could be going good. Fixing them, you can't fix someone. They have to want to change. Accept them or let them go. So for those of you who have something draining, you know what I mean, and you might be trying to be the healer or the fixer or the codependent, savior, it says to let it go. They'll find their path. Pray for them. It's hard sometimes, but that's never going to be the foundation of a good relationship. Then we have rejection. This lady's laughing here. They both talking over something. Build your confidence by dating a lot and finding out what people like about you. So I like that. That's cool. I get it, but I don't know why the card's titled rejection. I guess it's be okay with the no's. Like I was saying, you know, in one of the other readings, I carried so much weight. When I did ask someone out, I just figured it's always going to be a no. And the more I started doing it, it wasn't. That wasn't always the answer. I'm sorry, guys. My voice is a little rough. Allergy season. Need some saline. A little Zyrtec. All right, let's see what we got here. I can't see the battery on the camera, but we're at about 11 minutes into this. All right, another row for Scorpio in the month of June. The boat, someone else had that. Unfinished business, that's new. Mask, someone had that. And the dragonfly. All right, so first card out's the boat, about traveling, progression, moving on, closing, other stuff. Then we have unfinished business. There's somebody in a breakup of a relationship or on the other side that wants to discuss stuff, wants to have closure. Yep. Excuse me. If it's not healthy or you don't think it's gonna, prove to be beneficial for you emotionally, you don't have to do that. You don't have to give them closure. The key as you get more uh, further along emotionally is to learn how to give it to yourself and know that somebody rejecting you is a form of protection for yourself. Keeping you away from a lesson that you don't have to go through. Mask, not showing true feelings, hiding, personify, pretend, delude, gaslighting. So again, somebody put on a good show for 30, 60 days, 90 days, 4 months, their real character is going to slip out. And that's why that other one, with build your confidence by dating a lot and finding out what people like about you. I think that's great advice. The dragonfly, lighthearted and adapt, finding out and change things, come to light and heal. There's so much going on with that. This is saying being okay with change is what I get out of it. Sorry, transformation. The light's kind of reflecting hard on this. Being okay with change, things changing, things getting different, in life, in relationship, in work, as you get older, like having a different perspective on the world and what you're willing to do and being more blunt, and speaking up for yourself and not being pushed around, all that stuff, All right, first card out, codependency. Try to close up this relationship. Some of you need to close off a relationship. Trying to close out this reading, Spirit, please. Thank you. I never take the last one because I push it up with my finger all the time while shuffling. I don't take that as a jumper. All right. Romantic feelings. Wow. All right. So we have codependency. Kind of falls under this guy. Doesn't want to see something work. Does want to see something work. He ain't sure. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Now, we had gambling all over there. So, I apologize if I'm kind of opening up a can of worms for somebody. Somebody could be, dating or even choosing to go further into a relationship with someone that has a gambling addiction. It's real. That stuff's out there on the internet. It's all available. Might start off, real simple, but they could be hiding it from you in the beginning, but it's going to come out. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So spending time, developing friendships, practicing dating, all that, like staying open to, you know, like I said, you meet somebody that you just talk to them, and they introduce you to their aunt, their uncle, a friend, a neighbor, or invite you over for real low key, friendly, gathering of some people they're having over to eat, and you hit it off with someone, and you walk away with a number and a date. Romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth exploring. So this is saying not to run, don't get scared. You have romantic feelings coming up, like stay in there, keep your heart open if you're someone that's been hurt in the past, and we all have, in one way or another. But this is saying don't let it discourage you. Keep on plucking, keep on trucking. The Grateful Dead says. All right, we're going to take a timing card. All right, so for Scorpio's person, it's saying not the right time. So take care of yourself, heal, and move along. With some new energy, but stay open, man. Stay open to letting friendships that could be more in the future happen. So that's what I have for you. I appreciate you. If you made it this far, please like, subscribe. For those of you who have watched some of my videos or shared some of my videos, which I appreciate, let me know how you like this format where I'm not really all the way in the picture, and you're seeing all the cards here. And I had just changed the picture in the background too, up there. Ooh, now the camera's going every which way but loose. I want you guys to see the beach thing. Yeah, seagull at the beach. Anyways, so light blue, throat chakra, speak your peace. That's what I have for you, Scorpio. And appreciate any comments, likes, any subscriptions. I appreciate it.